Deliberations in the murder trial for Otha Wallace will begin tomorrow. That's after attorneys for the prosecution and defense made their closing statements tonight.
Yeah, Wallace admits that he shot and killed Daytona Beach police officer Jason Raynor back in 2021, but he says he had no choice. West 2's Haley Crumbleholm has been in the courtroom throughout the testimony this week. She breaks down the closing arguments.
In real life, up close, the murder of a human being is raw. It is emotional. Has a great sense of finality to it.
The prosecution was the first to deliver closing arguments. The defense for Otha Wallace followed.
His worst nightmare became his reality.
The prosecution worked to prove the points they legally need to meet for the jury to find Wallace guilty of first-degree murder of a law enforcement officer. One of those points, that Officer Jason Raynor was lawfully performing his legal duty when he approached Wallace.
Officer Raynor was doing his job. He was in an area he was encouraged to patrol.
The defense worked to disprove that.
If you look at the video, you will have to ignore the fact that Jason Raynor was not acting on any suspicion. He was just in there on a whim. Mr. Wallace was not doing anything wrong.
The state worked to prove premeditation by pointing to social media posts from Wallace in the weeks before the shooting. The defense said they didn't prove premeditation and that Wallace was acting in self-defense.
A real human circumstance, a person who is surprised, caught off guard, and then in a defensive posture and reacting to the provocation that they did not deserve. That's what's shown in the video, members of the jury. What's shown in the video is a man that's not acting consistent with this radicalized cop killer that the state of Florida would have you believe that Mr. Wallace is.
But from the state's point of view,
there is no behavior of the defendant during that video, the incident, and the conversation with Officer Raynor, where he shows any fear. He is combative. He was so fearless that Officer Raynor, that he stood up out of the car when he approached it. He was so fearless that he refused to sit down over and over again. So fearless that he wouldn't even respond to the officer's comments. And so fearless that he aggressively engaged Officer Raynor when he tried to call into dispatch. That cuts against a self-defense argument.
in Clay County, Haley Crumbleholm, West 2 News.